Supreme Falcon, carry on the wishes of your fallen friends and fly off to the skies of victory. Rank Up Xyz Change, appear, rank 10, Raidraptor, Ultimate Falcon!
So before we hop in, when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh!, I'm not a TCG or OCG competitive player. Honestly, I never really played Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively at all. Not until the whole coronavirus lockdown situation happened, but we'll get to that soon. My Yu-Gi-Oh! Experience comes from just being a fan of the television shows. Now I do play Duel Links, but I got a unhealthy relationship with Duel Links, which I'll probably talk about in another video, but I've watched every single series of Yu-Gi-Oh! Up until 7s. The route they chose to go with that series kinda turned me off from the anime. But growing up, I did play the World Championship games, the Tag Forces, so I had a basic idea of what I thought Yu-Gi-Oh! Was. So when the whole lockdown thing happened, you know, nigga had time on his hands. And that year, Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution had dropped. So having all this free time, a nigga thought, you know what? Let me see what's up with this whole Yu-Gi-Oh! Thing. Now, like I said, my experience comes from what I watched on TV. So I was under the impression, because of my nigga Yugi, Jaden, Yusei, that, you know, if you built a deck with love and trusted that each and every card in your deck had a purpose and that there was no such thing as a useless card, that the harder cards would bless you, right? Because that's what they taught us growing up, right? Boy, was I wrong. So me having that innocent, naive mindset, I hop on this game and I don't know what deck I first built, but I took that deck and hopped on PvP. And yeah, let's just say I learned the hard way what Yu-Gi-Oh! Was, and that all this, there's no useless card in my deck, harder the cards bullshit, was just bullshit. I learned Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not a game you try to live out your anime fantasies, because everyone else isn't playing it like that. I'm talking niggas was out here playing shit like fucking Mystic Mind. Bro, I remember having a conversation with someone about the game, and this man told me you need to play meta decks and meta cards, or else you won't win in Yu-Gi-Oh! It was kind of like a, if you can't beat them, join them mentality. So you telling me in a game that has 10,000 cards, no one was trying to spruce it up a little bit, switch it up, nothing? And I was like, nigga, no, that shit corny as hell. I'm trying to have some anime back and forth, cheek clapping, sweat dripping down your face, heart pounding, heart racing type of duels, you know, not these stalls, you can't do anything, I'ma set up an entire board to negate everything you try to do. What, you trying to breathe right now? Psh, I'm gonna negate that shit too. But like I said, I did watch all the series in Yu-Gi-Oh! And having watched Arc 5, which to me has some of the best archetypes in Yu-Gi-Oh! Period, I found my first deck that really helped me learn how to actually play the game, and that was Raidraptors. Now, before I show y'all my deck, my goal for this series is to at least graduate from a rookie-ish duelist to at least a intermediate duelist. Now, what that means to me is I want to at least be able to fluidly execute my combos for any deck I play, as well as have a basic knowledge of what it is I'm going up against in PvP. With that being said, here are my babies, my fucking Raidraptors. So I play one Painlanius for that special summon. If you know, you know, but if you don't, you always want to have a level 4 on the board. Now to get him on board, you will receive damage because when you special summon him, you have to take damage of either the lowest attack or defense of a Raidraptor that's on your board. But the good thing is, it gives you another level 4 to make your rank 4 plays. I then play 3 of the Claw Crows. This card here is not only for the free special summon, but for the link materials. I mostly try to use him to get my link 3 Phantom Knight card or my link 2 Raidraptor Y-Strix. He's here so I can save my level 4s to make rank 4 Xyz. I then run 2 Phantom Knights of Silent Boots, aka Mr. Boots. He's here to send to the grave so I can either draw a rank up spell or one of my Phantom Knight trap cards. I then run 2 of the Raidraptor Heal Eagles. He's here for the free special summon. In the situation where, let's say, my hand only has 1 level 4 Raidraptor, a Heal Eagle, and the nest, and some other shit that I can't summon, I can summon my level 4 and special summon a Heal Eagle, use the nest to draw into another Winged Beast monster, aka a Raidraptor, which then unbricks my hand and lets me get into my combos. I also use them as link material so I can, yes, keep my level 4s on board for the rank 4 plays. I then run 1 Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. He's my 2-for-1. So when I get my link 2 Raidraptor on the board, I then use his effect to special summon a Winged Beast from my deck. Now if he's not in my hand, I always go for Zephyros the Elite, which then lets me get into my Raidraptor 4-Strix, which then helps me add cards to my hand by detaching the material. I always want to detach Zephyros so I can special summon him from the grave to use him again for the combos, because his effect states by sending a face-up card on my board back to my hand, I can special summon him from the grave, and from there, he's either used for link materials or to set up my rank 4 Xyz. He allows me to not waste so many cards in the chance I start off with an ass hand, which in Yu-Gi-Oh happens a lot. I then run 3 Vanishing Lanius. If you know, he's a staple. You gotta have him. On the turn you special summon him, you can summon an extra Raidraptor. If you have him on board and another Vanishing Lanius in your hand, you can really spam the board with monsters, as you can use Vanishing Lanius effect to special summon another Vanishing Lanius, which then lets you summon another monster. So now you basically got 3 monsters on the board with just 1 card. He's clutch. I then run 2 Raiders Wing. I was considering running this at 3, but in the situation I ever open up, let's say 3 spells and 2 monsters, and one of my monsters are Raiders Wing and Pain Lanius, and trust me, that happens a lot. I can't special summon Pain Lanius by using Raiders Wing, because Pain Lanius says you can only special summon him by taking damage of either the attack or defense of your Raidraptor card, whichever is lower. But since Raiders Wing has no attack, it doesn't apply because you need to take damage to get him on the board. Hence the name Pain Lanius. No pain, no gain, baby. But basically, with Raiders Wing, he's another free special summon. He can special summon himself by detaching a material off an Xyz monster that's on your board. And on top of that, if you use him in another level 4 monster to make a rank 4 Xyz, that monster can't be targeted by your opponent's card. So he's a staple. It's up to you to run him at 2 or 3. Also, quick tip, I had to learn this the hard way. He also has an effect that says if you use his effect to special summon him on the board, when he leaves the board, banish him, and you don't want that to happen. You always want to try to use him as either Xyz material, because leaving the board and being discarded to the grave as a material is 2 different things. Now, at first, I did run 2 Singing Lanius, because he's just a free special summon if you got an Xyz monster on the board, but I had to put him to 1 because I needed some more back row removal, hence the 3 Mystical Space Typhoon that I run. So next we got 3 Raidraptor Tribute Lanius. If you know, he's another staple. When you summon him, you can use his effect to send a Raidraptor card from your deck to the grave. You always want to send this guy, which I also run 3 copies of. He's also a staple. You never want to use his first effect. You always want to use his second effect, which is when he's in the grave, you can banish him, add a Raidraptor card from your deck to your hand, and the card that you always want to add to your hand is the search card, Ness, which lets you add more cards to your hand. You don't always gotta add Ness, but if you know the combos and you already have a Ness, you can add anything. In the case where I have a Ness in hand, I usually go for Pain for that free summon or Strangle Lanius, which brings me to Strangle Lanius. So when it comes to Strangle Lanius, if you got a dark monster on board, which we normally do, he can be another special summon. But if he's special summoned that way, you can only special summon dark monsters the entire turn, which means no Cyber Dragon. However, if you have Zephyros the Elite in your grave and a Soul Shave either in your hand or face down on the board, you can use Soul Shave first, set up your Cyber Dragon, and then special summon Strangle Lanius, use Zephyros ability, send Strangle Lanius back to your hand, and continue your combos. But wait, you thought that was it? Nah, he also has another ability which allows him to bring back another Raidraptor monster from your grave to your board. But the thing is, you have to have an Xyz monster on your board with a Dark Xyz material. I then run 1 Monster Reborn. If you know, it can come in handy, especially when you got that ass opening hand. And trust me, that happens a lot. You can use Monster Reborn to extend your combos or just steal a monster if your opponent got that heat. I then run 1 Foolish Burial, another great card for the deck. This allows you to send a card from your deck to the grave. You always want to send Mimicry Lanius because of his effect. You banish him, draw that Nest for the search. Next up, we got 2 rank up spell magic, Shape Force. This is for the rank up. This allows me to easily get into my Cyber Dragon play. I then run 2 Raidraptor Nests. At first, I did run this at 3, but like I said, I needed to see some more back row removal. So I put this at 2 so I can add more Mystical Space Typhoon. But Nest allows you to search for another Raidraptor if you got 2 on the board. Simple. Next, I run 3 Phantom Knight Shade Brigadier. This card here is clutch. You can search for it using the link 3 Phantom Knight monster. You basically set this card. If you have no traps in your grave, which we never do, you can flip it over and it becomes a level 4 monster, which then, lets you get into your rank 4 plays. I run 1 Time Space Trap Hole in the situation where my opponent is spamming the board with special summon monsters, and boom, basically shuffle all the cards that were special summoned from either the hand or the extra deck back where they came from. But you take 1000 life point damage for each card that got shuffled. I then run 2 of the Phantom Knight rank up magic cards. Now this card is busted. This card card allows you to go into any rank up monster as long as you banish the amount needed. So basically, the combo is I summon my rank 4 Force Strix. Once I'm done using this effect, I use this card, I banish 3 monsters in my grave, which then lets me summon a rank 7. Because since this card is a rank 4 and the monster I'm trying to rank into is a rank 7, I'll need to banish 3 monsters, because 4 plus 3 equals 7. Another example would be, let's say we got our rank 4 Force Strix, and let's say we want to get him to rank 5. So all we have to do is banish 1 card from our grave, and there we go. He's officially rank 5. I'm telling you, this card is busted. I forget to say it's a quick play spell, so you can play this junk on your opponent's turn. Come on, y'all. Crazy good. I then run 1 Phantom Knight Rank Up Magic Launch. This card allows you to rank up one of your Exceed monsters, but the catch is you can only rank up 1 level higher and you can't have any materials on them. So let's say we got, once again, our rank 4 Force Strix on the board with no materials. We can use this card and then rank up into a rank 5, and then this spell card can be used as a material for that rank 5 Exceed. And then I run 3 Mystical Space Typhoon. Now, I used to run at least 1 Lightning Storm and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. But just like the Avatar, when I needed them the most, they were nowhere to be found. And sometimes being able to pop a back row can be a difference between being the victim and the abuser. So I said, fuck it. Dump the Lightning Storm, dump the Harpy's Feather Duster, and let's just add these, because trust me, I need them. I also got them for free due to the starter pack, so why not? So for my extra deck, I run 1 Evil Swarm Nightmare. This card is nasty. It's a rank 4, so I always try to use Raider's Wing as one of the materials, because Raider's Wing says if this card is used for an Exceed summon, that monster can be targeted by your opponent's cards, which is clutch, because this card is basically 2 free Book of Moons. If you know, you know, but whenever your opponent special summons a monster, you can detach a material and bada boom. I then run 1 Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon. I barely really use its effect, but I'll get into the purpose of this card in a bit. I then run 2 rank 4s Raidraptor Force Strix. He is your setup. This card allows you to detach a material, and you can add 1 level 4 Dark Wing Beast monster to your hand. Simple and perfect. You can run them at 3, but that's up to you. I then run 1 Raider's Knight. So the combo for this card is, so let's say your combo board has been broken, or you had to use some of your materials to stop your opponent. So now you running low on plays, you can detach a material from this card and special summon either 1 Exceed Phantom Knight monster, or a Raidraptor monster, or an Exceed Dragon. But there's a catch. It has to be 1 rank higher, so you can only summon a rank 5. Now the best rank up to go into is this guy over here, Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon. This card here allows you to detach a material, and if you do, it gains the attack of all monsters on the field, so you can really have a big beefy motherfucker on your board. And if you have a Dark Exceed monster attached to it, when it detaches a material, it can negate every monster's effect on the board. Ain't that crazy, y'all? I then run 1 Dark Requiem Exceed Dragon. This card is nuts. What you can do is, on your opponent's turn, if this card is on your board, you can use your quick play rank up magic card, banish 1 card, rank up your level 4 Exceed Dragon into this card, and you always want to use Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon so it can get the extra effects, which basically allows you to have 3 monster negates on your board on 1 card. And the best part about this combo is, if you special summon it while it's linked to your rank 3 Phantom Knight card, you can pop 1 card on the board. So now on your opponent's turn, your board is looking really dangerous. Did I forget to mention his monster negate isn't once per turn? You can use that bitch 3 times back to back. Hey, we going back to back. Nasty, just nasty. I then run 1 Raidraptor Revolution Falcon. I barely really use this card, but this card is here for the beefy special summon monsters. If a monster was special summoned and this card attacks it, you can make any special summon monster this card battle have 0 attack and 0 defense. And did I forget to mention, if you detach a material, it can attack all special summon monsters, making all those monsters have 0 attack and 0 defense. Just nasty. I then run 1
Cyber Dragon Infinity.
You really want to use this card to negate your opponent's spells and traps, because you can always negate monster effects with this bad boy. I then run 1 rank 7 Raidraptor Arsenal Falcon. This card is crazy good for the combo. So after I use Force Strix effect to add a card to my hand, banish 3 monsters, which let you rank up into a rank 7. Now when you summon this card, you want to make sure you have 2 materials on it. And you also want to make sure the rank 4 monster you use is a Raidraptor, aka your Force Strix. So basically, the 2 materials that should be on this card is a Force Strix and another monster that was used to make the Force Strix. So now when you use its effect, you want to make sure you detach the regular monster. And now you can special summon a Raidraptor from your deck to your board. Now, if you got a level 4 Raidraptor in your hand that can only be normal summon and you use your normal summon already, I usually go for the Vanishing Lanius because of its effect, which allows me to special summon an extra Raidraptor monster from my hand, which then allows me to continue setting up my board for the combos. Because remember, I'll say it again, when Vanishing Lanius is summoned, I can summon another monster from my hand. I then run one Raidraptor Satellite Cannon. The purpose for this card is for one deck only, Eldritch, or if you're facing someone that got hella back row. When it's summoned, you can destroy all spells and trap your opponent got. Did I forget to mention, you can even do that on their turn? Meaning, if you see your opponent got 4 back row and they don't do shit, you can rank up one of your level 4s to rank 8. When it's summoned, pop all those back rows. GG, bitch. I then run one Raidraptor Ultimate Falcon. This bad boy is the boss monster of the deck. Not only is he unaffected by all cards your opponent got, but they also can't target him with shit unless it's a kaiju. But wait, at the end of the turn, if your opponent got face-up monsters on the board, you can make all monsters lose 1,000 attack points every time a turn ends. But wait, there's even more. Now, if your opponent has no face-up monsters, they lose 1,000 life points every time a turn ends. Imagine on your first turn, you get him on the board, and your turn, your opponent already loses 1,000 life points because he hasn't even gotten a chance to play the game yet. The only way your opponent can get rid of this card is by having maybe Dark Ruler No More, which negates all monsters effect on the board, or they're gonna need a big boy monster that has 3,500 attack points or more. It's just crazy. Or like I said, a kaiju. I then run 2 Link 2 Raidraptor Y-Strix. You can summon this with any 2 Dark Wing Beast monster. I usually like using Claw Crow or a Heel Eagle or even Zephyros the Elite plus my 4 Strix to link summon my Raidraptor Y-Strix. Like I said, you really want to have as many level 4s on your board to get into your rank 4s. So when you summon this card, it allows you to special summon a Dark Wing Beast monster from your deck. I always go for Zephyros the Elite because he helps extend the combo. If I got him in another level 4, I can make 4 Strix again, use his effect to draw another Raidraptor, and if I use the effect of a Raidraptor while Y-Strix is on board, I can place 1 rank up magic card on my board, which I can use on that turn as well. Now, if I don't trap myself into summoning only dark monsters, the rank up card I usually go for is Shade Force, which then lets me go into my Cyber Dragon play. But if I do trap myself into only summoning dark monsters, then I go for either one of the Phantom Knight rank up magic quick play spells. And the last card in my deck is the Phantom Knight of Rusty. Yeah, I don't know how to say that, but yeah. So to summon him, you always want to use Y-Strix and another dark monster. So in a situation where I have Zephyros, the combo looks like this. Once I use him to make a rank 4 Strix, I detach him, draw my card, and if I got Nest on the board, I can send Nest back to my hand, which then lets me special summon Zephyros back to the board. So now I can use Zephyros again and my Link 2 Y-Strix to go into, and bam. But wait, this card also allows me to search for a Phantom Knight trap or spell card by sending Mr. Boot to the grave. Depending on the situation, if I need another level 4, I usually go for the trap card. If I don't, I go for the rank up card. And I don't know if I said this earlier, but once you got Mr. Boot in the grave, you can banish him and add a Phantom Knight spell or trap card to your hand. So you can either add an additional rank up card to your hand or the trap that turns into a monster. And that's really it. The combos are situational because you won't ever have a perfect hand. Now, I will be editing my deck as I keep on playing. It'll probably not stay like this. I might have to tweak some shit out, but this is version 1. And I also want to take the time to shout out Team NDL because he really helped me understand and see the combos of this deck. But with that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up right here and catch y'all niggas later. Peace. Wait! I left out one crucial detail about this Raidraptor combo involving this guy. Now, did I forget to mention it's not that hard to summon him? If you made sure to keep a Dark Xyz monster on your Arsenal Falcon after you go through your combo, once you got your board set up and you summon a Link 3 Phantom Knight monster, you want to use his effect, which states, when an Xyz monster is special summoned to one of his link spots, you can destroy 1 card on the board, which brings us to Arsenal Falcon. If he's destroyed and he had a Dark Xyz monster on him, you can special summon 1 Raidraptor Xyz monster, no restriction. Now tell me that ain't broken. And yeah, that's all. See y'all niggas later!